Hey YouTube, what's going on? I just want to make a quick video of the rarest games and consoles that I own. So I'm going to start off with an NES game, and that's the Classic Series of The Legend of Zelda. The Classic Series is like the equivalent of the greatest hits of the current generation, and they came extremely late in the NES's life cycle and are pretty hard to find. But this one in particular is hard to find because the Legends of Zeldas of before this came out were all in gold cartridges, but this is the one that came with the hard to find and desirable gray cartridge. Pretty hard to find. It's considerably rarer than the gold cartridge, so I'm very happy I got this. It's also complete, so that's a great bonus. The next one I have is probably the rarest game I own, and I'm extremely happy to have it. And that's Snatcher for the Sega CD. It's the rarest Sega CD game by far. It was made by Hideo Kojima, which also made the Metal Gear series. It's supposedly there was only 2,000 of these ever made for the U.S. market. So this is extremely rare. I think you can get these for about $150 to $200, but like I said, there's only about 2,000 of these, so these are extremely rare. And it's also in mint condition and complete. So that's definitely the rarest game I have. The next one I have is an extremely rare limited edition, and that's Bioshock for the 360. This one in particular, the 360 version, is particularly rare. I know there's a PC version, which is pretty common, but the 360 is particularly rare. The reason this is rare is because of the Big Daddy figurine, which I'll show you. This figure is not plastic. It's a cast resin, which is extremely fragile. It's not like it's like glass, kind of. Like if you even if you look at it wrong, it'll break. But during shipping, a lot of the Big Daddies were broken and they had to be replaced. But this one actually came mint in box, no damages, no nothing, and is extremely hard to find. So next to Snatcher, I think this is like the centerpiece of my collection. So I'm very happy about that. And also, game is factory sealed, so I'm very happy about that. Next is actually the last batch of games I have, and it's actually a group of games. It is the Vectrex Games, and I have them all boxed. I have Berserk, Fortress of Narzad, Heads Up Action Soccer, Scramble, which is messed up, Web Wars, Star Trek The Motion Picture, and finally Spike. Finding boxed Vectrex games are extremely rare. Like the console is not out for very long, I think about a year and a half, so the games are hard to find. And also considering its age, it came out in the early 80s, so it is very hard to find. But these each go for about $70 to $80 a pop, and I've seen that's not even boxed. That's just for the cartridge itself. But the thing that is extremely hard to find, and I actually haven't even seen these on eBay, but I've seen them go for about $90 to $100, are the overlays. You might not think a little piece of plastic like this is expensive, but it is. And I actually do have extras of them. All these games are complete. They all have their overlays, but I actually was supplied with extras. And each of these go for about $80 to $100, so that's a great bonus. They're extremely rare. I actually think the overlays are rarer than the games themselves, so that's very cool. Next, I'm going to move on to the consoles. The first one is actually a groundbreaker, and that's the NEC Turbo Graphics CD, which is a CD attachment for the Turbo Graphics CD. 16, I mean, I'm sorry. The Turbo Graphics CD is the first CD-based console, so this is a trendsetter. Very cool. Not too many people bought this. It was very expensive at the time, and you would also have to get the very expensive power base to attach to TurboGrafx 16 to. So I've seen these go on eBay for about $200. So these are extremely rare. Next one I have is I don't know if it's particularly rare at the moment, but I know in the future it will be. And it's also factory sealed, and that's the Game Boy Micro Special 20th Anniversary Edition. This, first of all, it's like I said, it's factory sealed. But the Game Boy Micro itself didn't have a long production life, so Game Boy Micros are extremely hard to find. But this one is very special. It is for the 20th anniversary, which is very cool. And it's made to look like a Famicom controller. So I'm pretty happy I got a hold of this. And it's going to stay sealed, so I like that. Next, I'm going to move on to my rarest Sega console, which is the Sega CDX. It's a combo unit. It's a Sega CD and a Sega Genesis combined. This was at the time was very expensive. I think it ran for about $400 at the time. It came out in the early to mid 90s, and did not. It was a complete failure. And which makes them extremely hard to find. The Sega CD, actually, I've seen them on eBay going for around $400. So they actually kept their value, and I've actually seen them for more. So if you can get a hand on one of these, I would do that. So go look for one of these. I only have two more. The next one is the Vectrex itself. The Vectrex is, like I said, was didn't have a long lifespan. It only had about a lifespan of about a year and a half, and these are prone to breaking. The screen typically goes out on them, so finding a working model is extremely hard to find. And I've seen these going from around $400 to $600 a pop, so very hard to find. So, like I said before, if you can get a hold of one of these, I would snatch it up. And the last one I have is a limited edition console. It was a common console at the time. It's a limited edition gold Toys R Us Nintendo 64. This came out extremely late in the N64's life cycle. I think 6 months before the console was put out the pasture. This is an all gold system with two gold controllers, and was only for, like it says right here, exclusively for Toys R Us, and had extremely low production. So these are extremely hard to find. It's complete. Everything's mint condition. It's all wrapped in its wrappers and everything. So it's extremely hard to find. So thanks for watching.